my whole sort of development as a instructor has been related to South Asia. So what I did when I came to MSU in 2019 is I immediately connected with the Office of Experiential Learning here in the College of Social Science and said, I'd really like to do a study abroad, but I want to bring it. I want to have students engage in undergraduate level social science research, but instead of like writing a paper or a poster or whatever, I want them to do short documentary films. And I came prepared with, suggestions for partners in India. So it's not just us from the global north descending on India and consuming their culture and then going home, with our souvenirs. Instead, we're partnering with faculty and students. So our students here from Michigan State University are working with students from the Indian Institute of Craft and Design, which is in the capital city of Rajasthan, Jaipur. And since that time, we've expanded even further. We brought in another partner, J.K. Lakshmipat University. One of the biggest things we like to do as facilitators of this program is to demystify two things. The first thing is to demystify the research process, because undergraduate students are usually very intimidated. But we boil it down to basically three things. First is problem posing an issue, then asking questions of stakeholders, around that issue, and then storytelling. And that really maps on to documentary filmmaking almost seamlessly. So it's a perfect genre. And then we want to demystify filmmaking because people think it's somehow really difficult. It's not that difficult. It's not that expensive. With YouTube, it's a really democratized space with all the camera gear that we can get so inexpensively now. It further democratizes the space. From a student perspective, it gives people tons of opportunities for, just really meaningful experiential learning. And so we have a month of pre-departure where they start designing their topics, choosing their topics, what they want to do a film about. And so since it's social science qualitative research in the form of filming, we have to identify a community and issues they want to explore. We had a group that looked at traditional block print textile production, but they looked at it through the lens of gender studies. We had another group that explored the very, very well-known famous blue pottery production. And that film was super interesting because there is a tradition, I think a tradition that's largely going away, and where handicraft artisans who have sort of trade secrets wouldn't pass that on to their daughters, because their daughters are likely going to get married and move into a different family. So those trade secrets get passed on to their sons and maybe their daughters-in-law. One of our student groups did was looking at street food through an entrepreneurial lens. And celebrating Indian street food is easy to do because there's all this eye candy. So our students can go anywhere, get a camera and get incredible B-roll of incredible stuff. But finding out the story about the life and the work and the sacrifices people are making in fierce, incredible competition, that's what one of our student groups did last year. One of our crews looked at Kaputli and how Kaputli can tell important stories in modern contexts. So maybe talking about dating, which is largely a taboo topic in India, or how it can be used to take on globalization, coercive globalization. I do want to point out that we're very clear to tell our students from the MSU side that we are not white saviors descending into India to try and change these lives because we alone have the power to do it. Instead, we're learning from these artisans. We're here to appreciate the culture and to tell the stories of time-honored work and to tell the day-to-day complicated entanglements that we all live in. That's the main program that we're doing with India. And with those partner institutions, there's a lot of reciprocal work going on. So we have brought scholars from those institutions here to Michigan State over this past year on a speaker series around craft and design through the social science lens. This is a genuine reciprocal collaboration of institutions on the other side of the globe.